Depression, symptoms and warning signs. Do you think you might be depressed? Here are some of the signs and symptoms to look for, and tips for getting the help you need. There is an image of a lady with her eyes closed, looking at the ceiling. What is depression? Feeling down from time to time is a normal part of life, but when emotions such as hopelessness and despair take hold and just won't go away, you may have depression. More than just sadness, in response to life's struggles and setbacks, depression changes how you think, feel, and function in daily activities. It can interfere with your ability to work, study, eat, sleep, and enjoy life. Just trying to get through the day can be overwhelming. While some people describe depression as living in a black hole or having a feeling of impending doom, others feel lifeless, empty, and apathetic. Men in particular can feel angry and restless. However you experience depression, left untreated, it can become a serious health condition. But it's important to remember that feelings of helplessness and hopelessness are symptoms of depression, not the reality of your situation. No matter how hopeless you feel, you can get better. By understanding the cause of your depression and recognizing the different symptoms and types of depression, you can take the first steps to feeling better and overcoming the problem. What are symptoms of depression? Depression varies from person to person, but there are some common signs and symptoms. It's important to remember that these symptoms can be part of life's normal lows. But the more symptoms you have, the stronger they are and the longer they've lasted, the more likely it is you're dealing with depression. 10 common symptoms of depression. 1. Feelings of helplessness and hopelessness. A bleak outlook. Nothing will ever get better, and there's nothing you can do to improve your situation. 2. Loss of interest in daily activities. You can't care anymore about former hobbies, pastimes, social activities, or sex. You've lost your ability to feel joy and pleasure. 3. Appetite or weight changes. Significant weight loss or weight gain, a change in more than 5% of your body weight in a month. 4. Sleep changes, either insomnia, especially waking in the early hours of the morning, or oversleeping. 5. Anger or irritability, feeling agitated, restless, or even violent. Your tolerance level is low, your temper short, and everything and everyone gets on your nerves. 6. Loss of energy, feeling fatigued, sluggish, and physically drained. Your whole body may feel heavy, and even small tasks are exhausting or take longer to complete. 7. Self-loathing, strong feelings of worthlessness or guilt. You harshly criticize yourself for perceived faults and mistakes. 8. Reckless behavior. You engage in escapist behavior such as substance abuse, compulsive gambling, reckless driving, or dangerous sports. 9. Concentration problems. Trouble focusing, making decisions, or remembering things. 10. Unexplained aches and pains. An increase in physical complaints such as headaches, back pain, aching muscles, and stomach pain. Is it depression or bipolar disorder? Bipolar disorder, also known as manic depression, involves serious shifts in moods, energy, thinking, and behavior. Because it looks so similar to depression when in the low phase, it is often overlooked and misdiagnosed. This can be a serious problem, as taking antidepressants for bipolar depression can actually make conditions worse. If you've ever gone through phases where you experienced excessive feelings of euphoria or decreased need for sleep, racing thoughts, and impulsive behavior, consider getting evaluated for bipolar disorder. Depression and suicide risk. Depression is a major risk for suicide. The deep despair and hopelessness, that goes along with depression can make suicide feel like the only way to escape the pain. If you have a loved one with depression, take any suicidal talk or behavior seriously and watch for warning signs. Warning signs. 1. Talking about killing or harming oneself. 2. Expressing depression and suicide risk. Depression is a major risk factor for suicide. The deep despair and hopelessness that goes along with depression can make suicide feel like the only way to escape the pain. If you have a loved one with depression, take any suicidal talk or behavior seriously and watch for the warning signs. Warning sign 1. Talking about killing or harming oneself. 2. Expressing strong feelings of hopelessness or being trapped. 3. An unusual preoccupation with death or dying. 4. Acting recklessly as if they have a death wish, e.g. speeding through red lights. 5. Calling or visiting people to say goodbye. 6. Getting affairs in order, giving away prized possessions, tying up loose ends. 7. Saying things like, everyone would be better off without me, or I want out. A sudden switch from being extremely depressed or acting calm and happy. If you think a friend or family member is considering suicide, express your concern and seek help immediately. Talking openly about suicidal thoughts and feelings can save a life. If you are feeling suicidal, when you're feeling depressed or suicidal, your problems don't seem temporary. They seem overwhelming and permanent. But with time, you will feel better, especially if you get help. There are many ways people who want to support you during this difficult time, so please reach out. How depression symptoms vary with gender and age. Depression often varies according to age and gender, with symptoms differing between men and women, or young people and older adults. Depression in men. Depressed men are less likely to acknowledge feelings of self-loathing and hopelessness. Instead, they tend to complain about fatigue, irritability, sleep problems, and loss of interest in work and hobbies. They're also more likely to experience symptoms such as anger, aggression, reckless behavior, and substance abuse. Depression in women. Women are more likely to experience depression in symptoms such as pronounced feelings of guilt, excessive sleeping, overeating, and weight gain. Depression in women is also impacted by hormonal factors during menstruation, pregnancy, and menopause. In fact, postpartum depression affects up to 1 in 7 women following childbirth. Depression in teens. Irritability, anger, and agitation are often the most noticeable symptoms in depressed teens, not sadness. They may complain of headaches, stomach aches, or other physical pains. Depression in older adults. Older adults tend to complain more about physical rather than emotional signs and symptoms of depression. Things like fatigue, unexplained aches and pains, and memory problems. They may also neglect their personal appearance and stop taking critical medication for their health.